Hey everyone, welcome to another video. So this is our second part. In this video, we're going to talk about the living cost in Russia as a foreigner student. So today we have with us Zizi. As you all know, we already talked in our first video about the studying, about the experience of studying in Russia. Now let me ask about the fee structure to Aziz. What was the fee structure? Aziz, what was your fee structure?
I'm talking 6 years ago when I started my university. I used to pay $3,500 for my university fee, and then hostel used to cost like around $1,000. So like $4,500 used to be the entire cost for a year for university and hostel. But Ubesh, do you know, like, there are actually, I think that Russia has different universities, and a lot of universities have different structures. Like, I know some universities have fees of approximately 4,500. I think it goes all the way up to $10,000 if I'm not mistaken. Am I correct?
Yeah, you are correct. It's differ according to the university. In Moscow, you can find more expensive universities and the general life. And yeah, there is some university, their fee structure like $5,000 or $6,000.
I think it's probably the area that we live in. Like, I used to live in a cheaper area. I think because your area is much more expensive. Like, and I think if you go to Moscow, your hostel fee can even be more expensive, I guess so. So let's go further. Like, talking about apartment. Like, if someone who doesn't want to live in the hostel and he wants to rent out an apartment, how much do you think an apartment will cost in your area?
You can find your apartment near about 8,000 to 10,000 ruble. I'm talking about in the ruble. Ruble is a Russian currency.
Right. Right. Okay. So because the place that I used to live in, apartments used to be a little bit more expensive. For me, apartments used to cost me around, as far as I remember, I used to pay it in dollars. It used to cost me around $400 to $500 per month.
So this, what was the cost of grocery?
Well, I think, yeah, everyone keeps, like, I think I had the same question when I was going to Russia, like, what is the price of day-to-day food? Like, honestly speaking, like in any country, if you're going to be eating out in Russia, I think any part of the world, it's going to cost you a lot. So it's of course very cheaper always to buy food and cook it at home. Now, groceries in Russia actually were quite cheaper, because especially when you look at the foods that Russia is famous for, like potatoes, they have a lot of onions which are very cheap, but apples is like very cheap in Russia. Oranges also you used to get. So I wouldn't say groceries used to be super expensive. I think it would be medium. Like, I used to spend around, I think there used to be time, I used to spend around $150 per month for food. Like, groceries used to cost me that. But once again, I knew people who actually had grocery shopping for like $100 a month. So yes, I mean, because if your vegetables and stuff is very cheap in Russia, of course meat price is of course expensive. So, but I would think generally, if you are a normal student just like me, and I think groceries would cost you between $100 to $150 per month. That should be the average cost. What about your case, Ubesh? How much do you think groceries cost over there?
The grocery cost is not very expensive, not super expensive here. You can find a grocery. First, you can find there every type of vegetables and meat, and of course, meat cost will be some high in comparison of vegetables.
Yes, absolutely. Let's talk about something further, Ubesh. What about things like, basic things that you need? What about like mobile and internet? Like, how did you find it expensive in Russia compared to your country? Was it cheaper? How was that?
So internet is not really expensive here. You can find maximum pay 1,000 ruble in a month for getting unlimited internet for a month, and unlimited talking your network to that same network, and for other network you can get some minutes like 200 minutes, or maybe there some network are offering you 300 minutes. The plan I'm using here MTS Rush. So my plan is near about 700 ruble, which allow me to unlimited internet for a month, and 200 minutes for others, and unlimited calls to MTS to MTS.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like, for me, I actually found internet in Russia like so much cheaper, because I think I used to be spending around 700 rubles, which used to be around $10, and that used to be divided between two people, because I was living with somebody, so we were sharing it. So I was spending $6 for internet per month for the home internet, and that used to be unlimited. That was like so cheap. Like, we used to be able to download stuff, watching YouTube videos and stuff. It was so much better, because in my country internet is limited, and I pay way much more than what I used to pay in Russia. So yeah, definitely internet is amazing over there. And the second thing was the mobile internet. Mobile used to be pretty cheap as well, because certain lines that I used to call, they used to have, if you're using MTS, then MTS to MTS is free. So I used to spend, in total for internet and mobile, I used to be spending around $10 maximum per month for phone and internet.
So Aziz, when you are come for study in Russia, so you have to complete your health insurance if you are foreigner here. So what was the health insurance cost?
Yeah, Ubesh, yeah, health insurance is a very important topic, because if you're going to be in university and if you're going to be sick, of course, you need insurance to cover it. I can't really remember how much my insurance used to cost, because it's been a while, but I think it used to be around $20 or $30, somewhere around that range. But I also have to say that the insurance didn't cover everything, because it was a cheap insurance and it was only for students. It didn't cover things very acute issues like road accidents and stuff. But yeah, I mean, if you have some acute emergencies like appendicitis and stuff, the insurance covers it. But there have been times when I knew there used to be insurance, but you could never cover it, so there used to be an extra amount that you had to pay. So I wouldn't say the insurance is completely useful in Russia. It's very important because you need to have it to actually get the registration. So yeah, I mean, insurance was cheap, but at the end of the day, if you get sick, you definitely have to pay a little bit more, especially depending on how ill you are. What about you in your case? I mean, how expensive was insurance and what kind of illnesses does it cover?
So as I know, that Russia offers for foreigner students two types of health insurance. There is a state or public insurance. So in state health insurance, they cover like general diseases like fever, like diarrhea, or maybe some medicine treated diseases. And the cost of public health insurance is near about 3,000, and the state near about 12,000 ruble, I think.
Okay, so that's all cool, but we always know that because we're studying in Russia, you're always going to have other expenses. So I mean, how much did you used to get? How much pocket money did you used to spend per month, and how much do you think it's enough to survive for an average student? I would say, how much minimum do you need to survive and still have fun at the same time? How much cash do you think you'll need?
So for average student, you need near about 10 to 12,000 ruble. If you are not going every day for the party, clubbing and stuff like that, so 10,000 and 12,000 ruble, it will be enough cost.
Right. Yeah, I mean, definitely. If you don't have a very big social life, and if you're not going clubbing and partying and that so much, I would suggest 12. I would even say a little bit more, 15,000, so that you're actually comfortable. But I definitely knew people who were living in $100 per month. Yeah, so it all depends on how you want to live. If you want to live a comfortable life, you want to have a little bit of outgoing life, I would say $200 to $250 is enough. But you can definitely, if you have a bigger social life and if you go out and stuff, you definitely will need more in any case.
So that was the second video, guys. In this video, we already covered all the cost of living, like internet, health insurance, and semester fee, groceries cost. So in the next video, we're gonna talk about the environment of Russia, about the environment for foreigner students to living in Russia. Thanks for watching, and see you in next video, guys. Make sure to subscribe his channel. Make sure to subscribe my channel. If you have any question to me, you can write in the comment section, and also you can leave question for Aziz here. And keep watching, keep supporting, and subscribe to the channel to get notified for next video.